Welcome back to another YouTube video. Before we get started, I'm going to be creating a mini series related to the digital asset landscape. It's going to be covering the very most basic aspects of the space. I know that a lot of you guys are new and trying to figure out where to begin on your digital asset journey, either from just a knowledge and educational perspective or even an investment perspective. So I'm a believer of starting from the beginning, starting with the basics, build up a foundation, and then go from there. So now with that out the way, let's get into the content for today's video. So starting with stablecoins, this is the most basic form of digital assets that you'll come across in your journey to gain more knowledge in this space. I definitely think they will become all the more important as you get introduced to these things in your daily lives. I mean, there's regulation right now waiting to be voted on in the U.S. House and U.S. Senate. So they definitely have a high potential of becoming a financial instrument that you interact with on the day-to-day basis. So getting into what a stablecoin actually is, it is a digital representation of a fiat currency such as the US dollar. Now, there's ways in which that they back that stablecoin with US dollar. It could either be cash equivalent, meaning that they house a equivalent balance one-to-one of however many assets or stablecoins that they are minting or issuing. In other ways, they may do a mix where there's US dollars with US treasuries. And just for contextual purposes, a US treasury is just debt securities that the US government issued. And they're considered safe investments because the United States government essentially guarantees interest payments on the principal balance. So it's almost like the United States guarantees that they're going to pay their debt back. And if you hold these U.S. treasuries, then you essentially own a piece of the debt that the United States has. And you can cash those in when they mature to get the cash equivalent or what have you. So there's a combination of ways that these companies issue stablecoins and ensure that they have an equivalent amount of US dollars or US dollar equivalents backing those stablecoins. The term minting, I know I just threw that in there, but minting, all that is, especially in crypto terms, is that it's the creation of new crypto tokens, right? And in the case of stablecoins, these companies can't do that unless they have cash or cash equivalents. Otherwise, what's backing the stablecoin? How do you know that there's sound money behind it? It's really the whole idea of a stablecoin with being backed by something is supposed to remedy how our current currency system works. The US dollar, the paper US dollar, them stacks, everything like that, they're not backed by anything. So, you know, it's just simply the fact that we print it and we say that it's good currency to spend. That's literally it. There's nothing backing it. So don't know if you guys knew that or not, but you do now. So some use cases for stablecoins could be like cross-border payments, where you literally send money overseas. Again, buying things, you can buy things with stablecoins. You could go to the grocery store with stablecoins. You could buy new shoes with stablecoins. You know, pay for services with stablecoins. There's a lot of things that you can do with stablecoins in terms of just using them on a day-to-day basis. They're also a good store of value. So all that basically means is you can use stablecoins as a means of saving, kind of like you do now. You have a bank account with either checking or savings, and you can utilize stablecoins to kind of just store money for a later date or an emergency fund, things of that nature. Stablecoins can also be used to hedge against volatility. So what does that mean? Volatility, all that means is assets, especially in crypto, go up and down. There's crazy swings in crypto sometimes, depending on the asset. You know, you could see 30% swings, 20% swings, 50% swings. And in a bear market, you could see as high as 90% swings on the downside. So a lot of people, especially during bull runs, they start cashing out, right? They start taking profits, and instead of taking profits and putting it in cash and putting it in your pocket, a lot of people sell their assets for profit and store that value in the form of stablecoins so that they could buy lower or utilize the stablecoin in lending, in other yield generation services that might be offered. So really, stablecoins, again, are one of those protective assets. They are a dollar. They don't go lower than a dollar unless it's a illegitimate stablecoin. But for the most part, stablecoins literally remain backed 1-to-1 to a dollar at all times. So you can see how, especially in crypto, they can be extremely useful to protect yourself in more ways than one. So to round this out, some notable stablecoins that are used or are popular, well known in the space are USDC, which is issued by a company called Circle. Then you have USDT, which is issued by a company called Tether. And then you have USDX, which is issued by a company called Hex Trust. Now, they all essentially do the same thing. They're stablecoins backed 1-to-1 to the US dollar. Now, their strategies, the company's strategies that they use to ensure that backing may differ a little bit here and there, but for the most part, they go about things in a way that are verifiable to a degree, where you can ensure that that stablecoin is indeed backed by cash or cash equivalents. Now, there are some stablecoins, especially with USDX, where I do see the ability to natively generate a yield will come into play, but that's definitely a different topic for a different day. We'll get into some more advanced concepts there, so we'll save that. Don't want to confuse you. I've already thrown a lot of information at you. But really, that's the gist of it. That is stablecoins in a nutshell. So yeah, let me know how you felt about the information. Let me know if this was helpful or educational. Make sure you like, share, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think about stablecoins in the comments. Do you already have a good understanding of what stablecoins are? Do you think stablecoins will become a bigger part of your everyday lives, especially with our first pro-crypto president in Donald Trump heading into office in January? The cabinet, this government seems to be primed to, really regulate crypto in a positive way, which will lead to mass adoption. So again, that's it for the video. I'll see you in the next one.